The global trucking industry, the global semi-industry, it's literally worth hundreds of billions of dollars. And Tesla have just confirmed that they won't just be aiming to disrupt the truck market, the semi-market in the United States and in North America. They're going for global domination. And I think when Tesla plans on doing this, well, I think they really do mean it. Tesla have confirmed that the Semi will be a global vehicle like the Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model 3, which is just fantastic. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I've been to I've worked at a semi factory, not actually in the factory, but in the offices. I worked at one for about a year. Got to see what happened in the factory, filmed a few videos of the workers in the factory, talked to some of the people in the factory, part of a marketing role. And honestly, I think Tesla will just decimate the trucking industry. It's very old school, very traditional. They do things in real boutique ways. It's therefore very, very labor intensive. I honestly think that these trucking companies, I'm talking big ones, I'm talking pack level, right? Kenworth pack car. I think that they don't know what's about to hit them, and it's going to be a vicious, brutal blow for them because, you know, Tesla are going to be bringing their fast-paced, efficient working methods to the trucking industry, and those don't really exist, to be honest, in the trucking industry. You have a look at trucks that are built today. They are expensive to manufacture, they're expensive to maintain, and they cost a lot of money to run. Everything's going to be disrupted in a way that I really don't think the trucking industry realizes what is about to hit them, and they should be very concerned because Tesla's planning to make hundreds of thousands of semis every single year. When companies realize how much better off financially they are running an electric truck, how much easier these trucks are to own, how much easier they are to drive, how much easier they are to drive up a hill, how much faster it's going to be to drive an electric truck versus internal combustion, which is crazy to say that, but it's true. I mean, look at the power of Tesla Semi. It can get up a 10% gradient hill, still at 60 miles an hour, no problems, even with a full load. There is no Semi in the world that can do that with a full load that I know of. I mean, tell me one, because I haven't seen one ever on the roads. You see these trucks with a full load, they are going, 30 miles an hour on freeways because they can't go any faster than that. And ultimately that means the drivers themselves say they feel unsafe. In fact, drivers of the Tesla Semi in the United States are saying they don't want to go back to anything else. They're like, no, please, I want to keep my job here because at PepsiCo or wherever it may be, they want to keep their job because they much prefer to drive a Tesla Semi. It's so much easier, it's so much smoother, and I'm sure the same would apply to other trucking companies with their electric semis as well. So how do we actually know that Tesla is going global with the Tesla Semi? Well, it's been confirmed by Tesla. Elon Musk confirmed that the Tesla Semi will be sold worldwide. This will make a huge difference to the trucking industry, and it also will obviously massively bring down emissions in cities, bring down noise and pollution in cities as well. One of the big benefits to the Tesla Semi is its regen braking. Tesla say it can capture nearly as much energy going downhill as it uses when it's simply driving in normal operation, which is incredible. Musk's update has come as a response to a video posted by the official Tesla manufacturing account, which featured the Gigafactory Berlin team checking out the Semi. As per the Tesla Semi program, senior manager Dan Priestley said in the video that the Giga Berlin team was very interested in the Semi. Tesla did get approval to expand the Gigafactory in Berlin. Is it possible they want to build the Tesla Semi in Berlin? It sounds like that's going to be happening. I got a lot of really great questions. The team is super engaged, and I was really impressed with the overall eagerness and how much people want to see this on the road. It's clear that there's a huge amount of potential for the product from the market, but also an equal amount of enthusiasm here at Giga Berlin for the Semi, or I should say, I think there's a huge amount of enthusiasm from trucking companies and just from businesses in general who can save enormous amounts of time and money by having one of these trucks, and also have drivers that are much fresher and feel more positive about doing their jobs. So, post here, as you can see, Tesla Semi will be available worldwide. Does that mean every single country? Obviously not. I mean, here in Australia, we have these bizarre Australian regulations, which are honestly absolutely ridiculous, where the trucks have to be narrower than they are in the United States. I think that there's lobbying pushing against that to get that rule changed so that the Tesla Semi can come to Australia, but that's probably years away. In his response on X, Elon Musk said Tesla Semi available worldwide. This is really good for Tesla as a company because much easier to disrupt the semi market than to disrupt the car market. Far easier, because when it comes to semis, they're a business decision for pretty much everyone who buys them. They're a business decision. An electric one is a much better business decision than a diesel powered one. So you take the emotion out of the equation. You take the kind of when people are stuck on a certain type of product and it's a very emotional decision. That's most car buyers. To be honest, why do most car buyers buy the cars they do? Look on the roads. Half the cars out there on the roads are just ridiculous. You think to yourself, why did they buy that car? That doesn't make sense. I'm sure you've had that thought in your head at some point in time. But when it comes to trucks, they're a business decision and businesses have to be logical about it. Unfortunately, trucks actually are incredibly bad for us. Here's the thing. Trucks, semi-trucks, specifically, they only comprise 1% of the vehicles on the road, but they account for 20% of all emissions. 20%. And they're only 1% of the vehicles on the road. That's crazy. So getting these semis out there are going to be so positive. Keep in mind as well, they have really good range, 500 miles of range, which is incredible, and 1 gigawatt charging, as long as you have the right charger, of course. So who actually has the truck so far? PepsiCo has 86 Tesla semis in its fleet, and PepsiCo's electrification program manager said during the 2024 IAA Transportation Expo in Hanover in Germany that 15 semis are operating from the company's Modesto depot, 21 semis are operating from the Sacramento depot, and 50 semis are operating from the company's Fresno depot. Now, this news was shared by Teslarati. Kudos to these guys for putting together this really good article. But keep in mind, there's a lot more going on here, because the Tesla Semi has been tested by trucking companies at actual official truck day festivals. And through official truck testing, they found that it gets more range than Tesla says it does. They found that in their individual testing, I think it got up to 550 miles of range. I mean, that's a lot of range. And keep in mind, truck drivers are not legally allowed to continue driving for 7-8 hours, right? So that's more than enough range for the average trucking company. I do think, though, within the next few years, the range will be increased for a longer range version of a Semi for those companies that need that. With these 4 new 4680 battery cells coming, one of those or two of those will have probably higher energy density than today's 4680 battery cells, and potentially that will mean the Semi could have upwards of, say, 600, even 700 miles of range. That would be really put to rest any claims that there is any issue with having an electric Semi whatsoever. I don't think there is at all at this point in time, but that would completely destroy the argument about long range. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.